Today what we're going to talk about is how to solve a crook problem. A crook problem is where you have two parallel lines and a line that goes in between it that has a little kink in it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is find out how to solve it when x is in the middle. So the first step you always do is add another parallel line. So do you see where this kink is? You're going to draw a line that is parallel to the other two. Then it says you find your upper section using congruency or supplementary angles. Okay, so the upper section is this area right here. So think about when you have two parallel lines, and this could be your transversal. When you have same side interior angles, are they supplementary or congruent? And in this case, they are supplementary, so they would add up to 180. So you would do 180 minus 120, and that gives you 60 degrees. So the upper portion of x is going to be 60 degrees. You do the same for the lower portion. So now you're going to look at the bottom half. Here you have two parallel lines and a transversal. To get this portion here, you have alternate interior angles. And we know alternate interior angles are congruent. So that means that this angle is 37 and this angle is 37 degrees. So our goal was to find the actual measure of this angle here. You have one portion that's 60 degrees and you have one portion that's 37. So the total would be 97 degrees. So that kink or crook is 97 degrees. How you would find if x is on one of the edges is going through the same portion of this. So again, you're going to draw that line that's parallel to the others. And let's talk about the bottom half. The bottom half gives you an angle of 112. The crook is on the right-hand side this time, so this would be supplementary. So in order to figure out what this bottom half measures, you're going to do 180 minus 112, and that gives you 68. Okay? In order to figure out what the top half measures, now you already have a measure of 137, but 68 of that is going to be taken. So you're going to do 137 minus 68, and that gives you 69 degrees. So if the bottom is 68 degrees and the top is 69 degrees, now you can take a look at what x is. If this again is our transversal, you have alternate interior angles which are congruent. The next one we're going to look at is if there's multiple kinks or crooks. Okay, so every time you see a bend in that transversal, you are allowed to draw a line that is parallel to the outside lines. Okay, so we're going to work our way from the top to the bottom. So again, you have same side interior angles. So right now we're ignoring the 50. We don't need that right now. We're going to do 180 minus 164, and that gives you 16. So this top portion of the crook is 16 degrees. If the whole crook is 50, you would do 50 minus 16, and you're going to get 34. So the bottom half of this crook is 34 degrees. Okay, so since this is our x, this is the angle we're trying to look for, we're now in the middle. So here you have alternate interior angles. So this is 34, but this angle here is also 34. So we have half of the angle that we need. Now let's go from the bottom up. Here we have alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are congruent, so this is 32 degrees. So the whole measure of that angle, this one right here, is 34 plus 32, which gives us 68 degrees. So in this case, x is 68 degrees. For your homework, you are responsible for the next section. It's 48 through, I'm guessing, 56. Okay, I'll write it on the board. Good luck.